Where is he seeing people? It's your boy Kofi from Kafutainmentz back with our next video, guys. And listen, if you are new to my channel, make sure and subscribe up. Hit the notification bell so when I drop new content, you will be notified, and give the video a thumbs up and share the video. This could really impact somebody's life and it really helps with the YouTube algorithm. You know what I mean? So let me get into it. Today's video, guys, I'll be talking about being aware of some of the dating advice that you are consuming. And listen, this is really important, guys. I think this is something we do talk about, and I'll go surface level to mid and depth to a certain extent. But hey, taking this video, and I know they're gonna enjoy it. So let me get into it. Let me go. I want you all to be aware about some of the dating advice that you're taking in, right? So mind you, I know most of you are probably aware that the red pill community is something booming. It's something that is mainstream. You know, back then it wasn't that mainstream, and back then the whole dating culture wasn't like that. And truth is, most of the red pill information is true. But however, I think it could also be poisonous, because majority of those information, if you look at it from the standpoint, is how it's being portrayed is more like a form of awareness. It's being portrayed as complaining, in a sense that men are complaining about more than women, in a sense. And majority of the times it's true. I mean, a lot of women nowadays just goofy, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it also are good women out there too. And also, I believe you as a guy, you're supposed to be more in charge of your life than, complain and stuff. Although I am always be guilty of it, so I'm not going to sit here and say, I'm perfect or I'm high value and you're not. I'm not going to do that. Truth is, I'm guilty of it. But I want to share these points because I think it could really impact some of your men today. Because let me tell you something, guys. Majority of the red pill information is true. But here's the thing. You know that some of the best moments in your life where you're going to experience is with your brethren and your family, but sometimes with your girl, a woman, because check the heights, right? When you get married or you get engaged or something, or you have a girl who really supporting you and really down fair, and all you have a mutual good thing going, is that that makes you a better man. It keeps you grounded in a sense. We don't even talk about that, because majority of the times dudes don't even reach a point because they don't want to work on themselves and just believe that, okay, once I have money, once I'm saying I'm a high value man, which is good, but you also have to work on your sexual attractiveness, in a sense where you had to make sure you ooze that value out of your dog. You had a vibe, you had a energy than just work on your money and work on this, then women will come. But the type of woman will come is the woman that you don't want. That is women who will just want to use you for your money and your assets and things. So guys, just be aware of the information that you're taking in, because that could be the detrimental. Are you getting yourself out of a good situation? Because I see that situations where guys would be in good situation with women. It could be casual. Yeah, you might go some as a relationship eventually with her, but the fact that it matters is something casual. You could make that situation some good, or be in that situation longer, in a sense. What I'm trying to say is not to use anybody, but guys need to come off their egos, because sometimes, most of the times, we will be we would just be taking advice and it could make us toxic in a sense. Let me show you this. For example, a guy taking a red pill video on this talk show, he called in, he was like, guys, he don't like to pursue women, he don't like to come off as he need you or chasing. And I was just like, so basically it's guys out here who thinking that it's okay to not talk to a woman, not to pursue, or not to give compliments, because why giving compliments is a validation, and I putting her on a pedestal. And in my mind, I just saying the sense is that the way I am, I believe that compliments is the way how I show that I'm attracted to you. And I was just like, damn, some of these information, dog, to me it makes sense. To me it just don't make sense. Some of it is dumb, to be honest, because dog is these advice, dog, is making niggas develop a poison mindset out here, and they don't want to deal with women. I understand why, but we can't just keep complaining and making that mainstream, because that'll go and create weaker men. We need more stronger men in society. you know. And I think, as I said earlier, I am only to work on certain things towards someone, but I just been a messenger here saying, guys, just be aware the advice you're taking and ask yourself that question: is the person who giving me that advice living in that? That is the next thing too, because there are a lot of content creators who make these advice, and if you check it out, them in a monogamous relationship, there's nothing wrong with that, but they would, you know, quote unquote, the way they phrase things, pedalize the woman because, you know, they have a good thing and they take it out. I know. So guys, don't get up. Majority of the times, most of the real advice is on Patreon, as I say, or most of the really good content or the good information is not really on YouTube. The information on YouTube is just to draw you into the subscribing and liking the video and, you know, being a part of their mantra in a sense. Because what has happened is that they need subscribers, or they need us viewers to become a part of it. I mean, it's a good thing that I like what the Red Pill community is doing, is that they are making men more aware and waking up about the truth. Is some women must be on bullshit, and listen, women like sex more than men, and they tend to enjoy it a hell of a lot more than us. So guys, you know, I like the awakening moment where, hey, this is reality, but I don't want us guys to like stick in just this way. I like always thinking that, well, boy, you need to do this, you need to do that, but it's not high value man or you're a sim or thing. Well, I could tell you to be yourself and allow yourself to grow and own yourself though, because far as I see it, most of the advice doesn't align with some men. Some men might actually be good men and they mightn't be no games bullshit. Like, to me, if I had to play games to get a girl, I don't want to. That's just how I am. I just find I make no sense, because that come like we creating a toxic culture. So that same girl, like you say, you're playing that game with, like you say, that girl is actually somebody who down for you and probably already developed some, obviously, or let's started that whole thing off. So obviously it will have like with you poor foundation to the whole relationship in a sense. You know what I mean? You know, guys, all they need to like own all their morals though. If he's a good person, clean that shit, nothing wrong with that, nothing wrong with a nice guy who is somebody who, you know, what's the word, quote unquote, ignorant is in Trinidad. That means you just get vexed quick or you're hot-headed. Own that shit, who can it become a better man, because that is part of you, you know. So just be aware of some of the advice you're taking in, because this is something I should go deep on, but I'll just touch on it at the surface level, because most of the real advice or the real things you will learn is when you're actually experiencing a woman, or you're actually going through the process of dating and getting to know somebody and, you know, taking them out, or you know, do what you want to do. In a sense, you would learn so much by this hands-on and it's listening, because it is entertaining, it is truthful to sit next. No, it actually is true. I even gonna lie, the information is true, but just be aware of it, because that could really stir your mind and you might get to dislike women, and that in itself will make you not get women in a sense that way. Women could feel that energy from it, they could feel that vibes. You know, trust man, I could see through your bullshit if you know you're playing this thing. So guys, just be careful with the dating advice that they're taking in, because some of that shit poisonous, and I realize everybody could be a dating coach now. Anybody could just come on YouTube and, you know, do something. But to me, how you just really gain experience in this is by, you know, continuously dating people who had a, like, go through a phase where I want to say go on a little zesting spree, you know what I mean, as a guy. But yeah, I just said, but guys, well, let us be careful out there. You know, take it to that pinch of soul, analyze it a little bit, ask yourself, is this advice will make me the man that I want to become, or will this advice enable me to become better? Ask yourself these questions while you listen, after you're taking these advice, because sometimes, well, trust me, it could have a hook, it could be in this thing, and yeah, and you can't blame the content creators too, because let me tell you this, majority of the people who giving real advice, they don't really have much subscribers, you know. They might have like a 30k or a 10k or a 50k max, but it's our guys who on Red Pill and, you know, continuously banter about women, and they would have 300k plus, or 200k, or 400k, you know. So where does the real advice go? So if you check it, the masses are asses, excuse my French, but this is the Unfiltered podcast, and this is where I speak my truth, you know what I mean, or things that I observe in society. And that has happened is because most people don't like to hear the truth. Or I won't say they don't like to hear the truth, but if you offer them a solution to their problem majority of times, if that person is in a complaining headspace or environment that is either toxic or poison dripping, like they went through so many years of being poison drip, that is why sometimes when somebody's like over 30 years and they experience life a certain way, that is why they say like if I treat Ben, you can straighten it after a certain time. Exactly, that was done. After a certain age, once a person's mind isn't continuously growing and being active and being aware and having an open mind, after a certain age, you just tend to be that person for the rest of your life. So, being open-minded and asking questions is not a bad thing. Being unique is not a bad thing. Because if you're taking his advice is that, yes, you had to be high value, you had to be, this, that, the other. But first of all, before you target these goals, you had to come and sit with yourself and accept yourself just the way you are. Because everyone, all your guys, dog, no homo dog, but all they're valuable, our own specific, unique way. Like, check the heights, dog, I sure that people in your family value you, or friends value you, or, in a sense. So, just keep working on yourself and being positive. I mean, don't fake your positivity, dog. If you feel down, feel down. That way, you experience life. Life is not only happiness and joy. Life is filled with all these random emotions and things. But I'm not going to go into that rant. Could feel like the rant off topic. But guys, just be careful with the advice that you're taking in, because some of the advice could also be good, but some of it could also be, it could also make your life difficult. But the thing is too, I want to add to this is also be aware of the advice you're taking, but also be aware that the way you interpret it and the way how you perceive it to be. Because when you learn a concept, and I was talking to one of my friends, two friends last night, yesterday. One last night and one was here. One of my good brethren, and he said this point, and big you up, once you listen to the podcast, he said, dog, man, a real knowledgeable, a real wise one. He said, most of the times when you learn any concept, sometimes he doesn't learn the concept in the concept where you learn in your understanding. So that way sometimes when you come back to that same concept, you had to learn it again, or the way you learn it like some years after, like the way you taught you learn it before, in a sense, you would find it different. So eventually it's more like it's okay to fail, it's okay to try and not get to the first time, you know what I mean? It's okay to go out and date and fail, or it's okay to take the advice and fail, but don't become resentful and bitter, because when you become resentful and bitter, they where the real problems will start. That is really what you're trying to avoid men from becoming. All you other just develop love for people in general now, but even though women doing this shit, love them, but regardless, you're not dealing with that. But in general, there's no hate on your side. The way it has become a better man, it's the way it has grew. And the way it has become more logical thinker, according to my brethren, we had this convo yesterday and it kind of motivated me to do this video, because I realized majority of the times, we as men, we don't even realize this. But in society, it don't gives us no room to be emotional. We don't really have that leverage like a woman do, and it's a good thing, because our strength as a man is more to be logical, very logical. Where I think sometimes women are more emotional is because that is their way of navigating through the world. That is their way of being in their own feminine presence. I don't know what I done here. Let me go into it. I'm going to tell you this, right? This is something really serious. If you wanna, the world we live in today, right? Especially the feminist movement, I think it's a great thing. But here's you catching it. Yes, women. I like the fact that women have this platform to be strong and independent. I think I like that. That's really good. I think that's good for the greater good of women in general. But here it's when women become masculine and men become feminine, a lot of problems that start happening in society. You hear what I say? When women become masculine and men become more feminine, a lot of problems that start happening in society. Let me tell you why, right? Here, check the heights, right? You know that men natural state is being masculine, women natural state is being feminine. When you throw off that balance, and let me tell you this is so funny because social media, all these things that we are taking in have a part to play in a set partner. When you done these things that are happening, always have problems in society. You start to see like younger generation coming up, and it has so much like male suicides, females being more depressed, males being depressed, people being more sensitive to real information, or although like if at times I was taking a lot of content and I will observe things. Like sometimes like it will have videos where like people will be offering them solutions and they won't take it because they believe that they are trapped and stuck in the situation forever. So guys, let me tell you this, focus on being in your natural masculine presence, and trust me, all the answers will come to you. Like one of those YouTubers listening to Mr. Locario, big up Mr. Locario and my Scott man, they have a really good talk show too. The truth is inside you. When you really look within, you will start to see all the answers that you need, you know. Most of the times you don't even need this dating advice, but you could use it as a guide, you know. Kind of like reading a book, you could use a book as a guide to, you know, like a way, like a, what's the word, like a preview. Because to me, the real, like, it's like a reading a book or taking his advice. It's like a preview of how to, like, which road to take. But the funny thing is, when you actually step on the road and you're walking, eventually through trial and error, you'll start to figure out which road is really for you. And experience is the best teacher. So guys, go there, do all your thing. If you want to date, go on date. If you want to work on yourself, do all those things. Work out, read books, pay attention to your friend groups and all too. That's the next thing too, but I'll do that in the next video. I feel like I went off topic. But guys, this is the end of the podcast. I come on to just wrap it up. Just be aware of some of the dating advice that you're consuming. And once you become aware of that, you'll start to see a difference in your thinking, your subconscious thinking. So that is it. Your boy Kofi from Kafutainmentz signing out. All have a bless. So make sure to subscribe, give the video a like, share it. It might greet somebody, might change your life. And outside, all have a blessed son. Later man. Have a blessed son. Take care.